Welcome to Falcons Ledge. I'm Austringer, and today we are going to be doing something I've been waiting for quite some time. Since February, to be exact, and that is our unboxing of the VPForce Rhino. So, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let's get right down to it. Let's see what's in the box. Alright, so first and foremost, I've opened the first box, and it looks like there's a second one. So, let's get rid of this. All right, the inner box. Let's get this open. All right, in the inner box, it looks like I have my mounting plate that I ordered. This one is from Monster Tech, but I'm going to adapt it to my Next Level Racing cockpit. So we'll place that out to the side and we'll take a look at it in a moment. Looks like we have nice foam pieces. And from the look of it, this is packed quite nicely. Kind of what I would expect for something that costs what this does. The cost on one of these is about $800. That's 800 euros actually. So it comes out to a bit more in dollars. Alright, looks like we have a power supply. This is the similar kind of power supply that you would find on like a gaming laptop. Let's see how much power it outputs real quick. 19 volts, 9.5 amps. Yeah, this is a very similar power supply that you would find on like a high-end gaming laptop. I did order some accessories. On this channel we test a lot of different sticks, so I wanted to have adapters to be able to fit many of them. This one appears to be the VKB Gunfighter 4 connector. Hopefully I'll get a chance to use this. I would really like to test some of the upcoming sticks from VKB. We have the collar. This is a Thrustmaster style collar with the connector for the Gunfighter 4. So we'll put this to the side. Let's see what else we have in here. This appears to be a USB cable. Feels pretty standard. And I'm betting that this is my other adapter. It is. This is the WinWing adapter. Yes, WinWing adapter. So that just basically reverses the whole system. So you plug this into one end and then you'll be able to put that into the WinWing side. It's kind of cool. It has the double collar system. It's all plastic, but it feels like ABS, maybe a fiber reinforced ABS. So that's pretty strong. Nope, that is 3D printed. Could be an ABS. Studio cats are running into the room playing around in the boxes, so that is the nature of having beasts like that. Alright. Let's get this bubble wrap off and take a look at this. Wow. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this is the heaviest and largest gimbal that I've ever had. Here it is, serial number 675. It's got a cooling fan. The fit and finish are pretty good. All the joints seem nice. On the back we have power and USB. And the pulleys here are the stepper motors. there are going to be the thing that runs the whole device. Yeah, it looks like there's ample cooling, 2 fans, and then 2 intakes. Yeah. There is a bit of an extension here. I think I'm going to be mounting this on the bottom of the cockpit. The way that this review is going to play out here is basically, since we've taken a look at the product here, the next step is going to be mounting. So that's what we'll do next. And then configuration. We'll want to configure it, install the software, get that going, and then we'll do some testing. After the testing, then the review begins. So should be a lot of fun. Let's get it installed. All right, we are now in the cockpit. And this is the area that we have to mount to. One suggestion that I think I'm gonna give Next Level Racing is to provide, when these 2 parts are together, the Flight Seat Pro and the Flight Stand Pro, there really should be an even mounting surface. A second one would be that this mounting surface should be longer in this direction so that you can have adjustable mounts forward and back. Because really there's only one place to mount that, but what happens when you sit closer or you sit further away? That's going to complicate your ability to put the stick right where you want them. And I think that that's a piece of adjustability that isn't extremely difficult to accomplish, so that will be one of my recommendations. So I need to figure out a way to mount this exactly where we want it. So I'm going to experiment with that. So what I've done here is I took one of these pieces that came in the kit. Has a slide rail built into it, and I have connected it to the cross brace for the bottom piece of the table here. And then I took one of these plates that connects to it, and I had to drill a couple of extra holes to connect the Rhino to. And I'll grab it here. Oh, this is a big sucker. All right, this one actually has longer grooves here. The great thing about that is I will be able to connect that there, and it'll be able to slide forward and backwards, so I'll be able to get the right distances. So I'll get this connected, and we'll go from there. Here is the mounting that I ended up with. It was just as I described. I had to mess around with it and move it forward and backwards in order to get it to the right place and the right height. Needed to make sure that I could clear everything. It has a huge range of motion, but it just barely touches the chair there, which should be just fine. So yeah, we're mounted. So now it's time to wire this up and to start testing. All right, I've got it installed. I've got the software installed for it, and I just wanted to do a quick demonstration of kind of what amazing things these things can do. First and foremost, I can dial my resistance, right? So this is really easy, moving with a couple of fingers. Reach down, turn it all the way up, and now it's a lot harder. But I can also dial the damping. So this has no springs, no cams, no dampers, no clutches, anything like that. It is dampened by the motors themselves, but it positively centers. And the center is quite soft. Now, all these things can be dialed in, but from a helicopter perspective, the greatest thing is, oftentimes in the Apache, or any other, you'll be flying way out here, and now you're using a lot of muscle force to hold it in place, you know. Yeah, you might get ripped or whatever. No, not really. But now, all I have to do is push this button, lean it forward, let go, and now this is the new center. It makes trimming so much easier. So let's do some flying. All right, here we are in the Apache cockpit on Afghanistan, the ASAW server for Afghanistan. and we are going to go and do some flight testing. So let's get this thing started up here, and we'll get right to it. This is actually a couple days after getting the Rhino. The reason for that is I didn't have the proper software installed, and that meant that I wasn't getting the full force feedback feel when I initially recorded. So I've got all that configured and done properly now, and now I'm going to show you just a quick demonstration with both a rotary wing and a fixed wing on just what these things can do. First and foremost, let's use the force trim to get that stick center. Sometimes it stays flopped down. Don't worry, it happens to everyone. You can see that the stick is moving because of the rotation of the rotors. And if I put my hand on it, I can feel that rotation in vibration. Alright, we are ready to go. So as I start to add collective, the vibration in the stick is going to change. And as we lift, it's going to stay about the same as we hover, but as we start moving, the vibration is going to increase. And it shakes the entire Next Level Racing cockpit, I'll tell you. Alright, so we're going to head over to Kandahar. Force trim there. I do have to correct the pedals back into the center. I'm hoping to eventually also do force feedback in my pedals and my collective. Let's get George configured. I prefer a 10-round burst.
First to 10. Pausing Hellfire.
Alright.
Aircraft's armed. And slaved. Bounty slaved.
So far with the Rhino, what I've found is
Bounty slaved.
that it's extremely accurate and really makes
Bounty slaved.
flying helicopters especially a lot better. My experience with it with helos has been extremely positive.
Bounty slaved.
They say that flight hardware doesn't make you a better pilot. Oh, look, we found.
Target acquired.
And to a point, that's true. Someone who is much more practiced with worse hardware is probably still going to spank you in a fight. But if you take someone who is somewhat skilled, I don't consider myself to be an amazing pilot, but
Target acquired.
I do alright.
Target lost.
If you take someone who is already a decent pilot and you give them considerably better hardware, it does make a huge difference. And one difference that it does make is in your experience. It drastically improves your experience using it.
Lasers off. Blazing.
Maybe we should stick to the guns. They're a little bit less
Lasers off.
area
Gun
effective.
lost. Target in sight. Firing. Engaging. Target destroyed. Hellfire's up. And slave. Deslaving. Target acquired. Laser on. Lasers off. Engaging. Target destroyed. Slaving. Deslaving. Tracking target. Blazing.
This stick has made me better, and that's what's amazing to me, is that it's been a drastic improvement that I didn't expect.
Engaging.
And it's
Slaving.
mostly because I feel those subtle changes, like the transition that I'm feeling right now.
Can't see the target.
You don't need to, buddy.
I'm deslaved. Target in sight. Laser on. Lasers off. Roger, engaging. Good effects on target. Slaving. Target in sight.
Mephisto.
Blazing. Lasers off. Engaging. Target destroyed.
Alright, now we make the transition to fixed wing. That's the A-10C. This is new. I haven't been flying this before. I will be doing a Learn With Me series, just like I have with the F-16. I'll also be doing one for the Apache and the Kiowa, and stuff like that. The only thing I really did was I switched over the stick to the F-16 stick. I put the spring in my pedals, and everything else is handled by software. So it detects that I'm using the A10, and it puts in the A10 profile. So let's get this thing started. Okay, so we are in the air now, and one thing that I'll show you is that it's kind of pitching down, if I trim up, what it does is it moves the stick back as I trim, just like a real aircraft. I believe anyway. I have seen that being the case before. Yeah, there we go. One thing I've had to remember to do was to kind of let go of the stick and push with my thumb to let it take its position. Alright, so we're going to be going after some vehicles, and I'm going to start with the navs. We're going to go for these artillery units, though there should be a radar somewhere around them. You know, I think we're actually going to go for a different... We're going to go with CB-105s. Let's... Alright, so they're armed. Let's go ahead and turn back in. Over. are. We don't actually have to be perfect, but oh, we're getting truck here. Right on target. Waiting until it's bombs away. We're gonna roll out hard. Then I'm gonna roll the other way. Watch the whole thing on the TTP. Watch for any launches on me. Uh-oh. It just burst above you. What? Oh, there they go. You can see them parachuting. Zip, 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 zip. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, what good fun that is. Okay, now we need to do Mavs. We'll clean up with Mavs. Oh, it's beautiful, the carnage. I will need to find a target here, so. Oh, there's one. I do believe that is still living. Okay, we got it on point. Switch over to the map. Roll in. I'm not as good with Mavs. I need to do some learning here. I'm gonna force hit the gimbal to the target. Okay. Then we will zoom in. We will take over. Lock. Fire. Fire. I don't think we've hit that one yet, so. And roll off the target. Boom! We messed some stuff up there. This calls for some gun action. So we will oops, that's the master. We need this one. Gun arm. That thing still looks alive. We're gonna strafe it, boys. As I start bleeding speed, I can feel the air buffeting on the aircraft. Really, really nice. I've got it locked up, so all I need to do is line up our
pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
You know, the Afghanistan map is really pretty. It's good looking. The cities are neat. I like it. So far, it's been one of the best maps. Oh yes, we need to go look at the soy. Now we're looking for ourselves an AA truck. Do we have one right there? That sure does look like a APC with some guns on it to me. Once we're within the gimbal range of the Maverick, we will slave it. Alright, we're slaved. Locked.
116 for
Shot.
130 at 13,000 knots.
Now let's see how that how it works. Boom! And we got him and completed the mission.
Altitude, altitude.
Alright, so that is the VPForce Rhino. There's going to be a whole lot of videos coming on this, so please stay tuned. There's also a whole lot of other stuff coming. I have an enormous amount of stuff on my plate for the channel, so I hope that you enjoy it as it all comes out. Have fun, fly safe, and have a great day.